Hey y'all, I'm LaToya Drake, Program Coordinator with Kentucky's Nutrition Education Program for the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. And I'm here today subbing in for Kelly. We miss her so very much in this area. She did a great job, but Kelly is not with us as an agent anymore. She's moved on to bigger and different things. And so I'm here filling in for a little bit to cook some more plated up Kentucky Proud recipes, right? Today, we have a really budget-friendly recipe. This is good cheap eats, right? Not only is this plated up Kentucky Proud, this is also on our planeatmove.com website. That's the Nutrition Education Program's public-facing website. And not only is this recipe on there, there's a variety of many more, right? So what we've got in this recipe, we've got 2 cups of whole wheat. And what I did do is I split this recipe in half so I can pull one magically out of the oven for you all. So I'm gonna make up this recipe right now, the other half. So we'll go through the ingredients, but let me get started by putting this into the boiling water, right? Those are our pasta, and I'm gonna start a timer right here, and we'll hear that go off so we can combine all the goodness in. But what we have is a ½ pound of ground beef. In the full recipe, that would be a pound, right? And then we have 2 cups of whole wheat pasta. My big box store did not have whole wheat pasta, so I used the best different thing that I could find, right? I used what I could find, and that's what we need to do when we're trying to save money on cooking meals, right? A large onion, and that is split in half. That's a pretty big onion, but you need a big, large onion, cut, diced, however you please. We've got a lot of good seasonings as well, and that includes dry basil, black pepper, dried oregano, garlic powder, and I even added a bit of salt just until my ancestors told me to stop, so I would not put too much in there, right? So then it has carrots, and it says chopped from a large carrot, but I was trying to save time, so I just got some shredded carrots, right? And we'll just get it done that way. But you could also get carrots from the farmer's market, and you could definitely grate those up, chop those up, and they would be just as tasty. It also called for a can of Italian seasoned tomatoes. So this is a half a can drained, right? And it looks like it's producing more liquid, but that'll be good in our casserole here. And then it's got some spinach that is chopped up. I used a pair of kitchen shears and just chopped it on up as much as I could. This is baby spinach, so it's gonna mix in really well into this pasta bake. And then some cheese, and that goes on top before you put it in the oven. So super easy, super quick. Let's get going browning this meat, okay? So I've got this ½ pound of ground beef, and I'm learning these knobs in this kitchen. And you know how every stove cooks a bit differently, right? But we'll get it going. So I'm gonna brown this ground beef a little bit. It says to put the ground beef and the onions in the same time. I liked a little bit of that oil, you know, release so that those onions are browned a little more and get that flavor. And this is really lean beef, which if you're trying to save money, you might not be able to get the leanest meat, and that's okay. You can drain it in the sink or drain it in the trash can if it's, you know, super fatty, or drain it in some way that you're not putting it down your sink, but you can drain it and it's just as fine. This meat was so lean I didn't have to drain it much, which is great. It's getting hot. It's starting. So we've got our pasta over here going pretty powerfully. It should be done pretty soon, at about 7 minutes or so. And so spinach is in season right now in Kentucky, and that's why we're making this in this whole area, not just Kentucky, it's in season. So that's why we're making this fresh dish. You can find this right now at your local farmer's market. And spinach is nutrient dense, which means it's low in calories and high in nutrients like vitamin A and vitamin C and calcium. It's also got a lot of fiber in it. So spinach is just a great thing, because you know this is going to turn into nothing when we put it in this pot and cook it. So it's a great way to put a little punch of veggies into your dishes. All right, we're getting to brown a little bit. It's starting to get hot. You know, different types of stoves cook differently. I really appreciate a gas stove, but that's not what everybody has. Some folks have electric stoves, and it's just about learning your equipment, right? And I had to learn this whole kitchen, so it's been an interesting setup. We'll get it though. So this non-stick skillet, we're getting some oil. So we're cooking now. Our ground beef is getting brown and it's released some oil. So I'm gonna add these onions so those onions can pick up that flavor, right? And get some color on them. They always taste better when they're a bit brown. So we're supposed to just cook this until the onions are soft and have a fragrance, right? And it's going pretty quick now. We've got this stovetop doing what it does. I'm really thankful. So thinking about spinach in a cup of spinach, this is about a cup or 3/4 of a cup. It only has 10 calories. So it's something, just a great, punch of nutrients to add into your dishes, your pasta dishes, like this spinach pasta bake that we're making, or even your lasagna dishes or spaghetti. You can add some spinach in there just to get that punch of nutrients. So this was a super lean ground beef. I'm appreciative of it. I didn't really have to drain it much when I made the other half of this recipe, so I could show you all. That's looking good. I'm gonna add in this carrot really soon. And so thinking about when you get your spinach from like your farmer's market or wherever you get your spinach, you wanna store that in the coldest part of your refrigerator. So in your crisper drawer, right? So that it's super cold and it's gonna keep longer. But spinach usually only lasts for about 3 days or so, honestly. But I've learned that if you put a paper towel, there's our timer. Let's stop it. And turn this off. And I have a colander over here. I'm gonna drain this pasta. And I'm gonna return it to the pot so that it stays warm while we get the rest done. Here we go. Take it off the heat though, so we don't have burnt pasta. All right, let's cover it up. This is looking pretty much done. So what we do now is we add our carrots. Let's mix that up. Carrots added. Then we add all of our seasonings, right? That's gonna give it a lot of flavor. And honestly, it didn't really call for salt. I just felt like the ancestors told me to put it in there, so it needed to go. And I didn't put very much because the tomatoes have some seasoning in them. Just gonna mix this up. Let those carrots get a little soft. And other spring vegetables you might want to consider putting into your diet are strawberries. They're super in season right now, and they're great savory or sweet. And we have a variety of recipes on Plated Up Kentucky's website that you can check out that feature all these in-season things. You can even search the recipes by season. You can put spring in right now so you can see what's in season and look for recipes that you might have of things on hand that might be in your garden. All right, I'm gonna add these tomatoes in there. And turn this down a bit. Smells really good. And I like that this is a pasta dish but features a lot of vegetables, right? We want to get this spinach wilted. And we could even cover it to wilt it. We're just gonna get it done so you guys can see. All right. Final add is this pasta, this pre-cooked pasta. And if you can find whole wheat pasta at your local store, do that. If you can't, this dish is still awesome because you're going to get your veggies in. All right. We'll let this meld all together. But let's check out the finished product, okay? Yum. It's so cheesy and so nice. Check that out, y'all. Super cheesy, super nutrient packed, all these good veggies. So try this recipe out. If you'd like to try this recipe out, reach out to Barry at barry.hyatt@nctc.com or check out the Plated Up Kentucky Proud website. Also, you can find this recipe and many more on our Facebook page and Instagram page, Plated Up Kentucky Proud, and at planeatmove.com. So check out all those good resources from your local university cooperative extension service. And thank you for watching.